Hello and welcome to Willow Talk, the first one for 2024. It's a good one as well because thanks to QuickBooks Online, alongside me, Adam Peacock, is Travis Head for a little preview and a review of the Test series against Pakistan, the third Test coming up against at the SCG, and the Boxing Day Test, of course, went Australia's way at the MCG. Trav, Happy New Year, mate, and also happy birthday for the 29th. Do you feel more mature now? You're in your 30s.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Yeah, I do feel a touch older. I think Marnus is the last one in the 20s, so bit of Dad's Army going on at the moment. So the boys are all getting on. So, nice to celebrate another birthday. It's hard to imagine that we've gone through another whole year and we're in the new year already, and my birthday comes around in that little gap. So, yeah. Crazy 12 months, but a nice way, a little bit of celebration at the end of the year, and another good week in Melbourne, which was nice.
What can you do to celebrate your birthday mid-Test match?
Well, there's been a ongoing tradition that every time we've booked dinner on that certain night, the game's finished. So that continued this week. I know that Jess is normally the one organising it. She sort of day 5 on the day 4 of my birthday a few years, and we kept finishing on day 4, so she said, "Stuff it, we're going to do it on day 3," and then I think Ash's Test tomorrow finished on day 3, and it was sort of the jinx. A good jinx at one stage. So this year she didn't book anything, so I decided to book something, and then I thought we were going to get away with it. I thought we'll come back the next day, and a late charge from a skipper, and the dinner plans were out the window again. So no, we had a nice night with the team and the families, and as you can imagine, everyone in town. So it was a great night, and then. I was able to take Jess out for dinner the next night, so we had an extra night in Melbourne. So nice little way to celebrate, very relaxed. So yeah, cool. Always a cool time in Melbourne this time of the year.
Yeah, I'd imagine after winning a Test match and in the way that it wrapped up late in a day, that dinner plans go out the window for everyone, and ends up you order pizzas or something in from elsewhere when someone thinks of it about 4 hours after you've sung the team song or something.
We get very well looked after at the MCG. I know most of the girls had already wandered back to the hotel. So I made a few. I was trying to get hold of Jessica at one stage to see if Miller was going to come back because it was like smack bang on bedtime. But yeah, they made a huge effort. She kept her up for a few more hours, and then there was just a cast of thousands of families, the kids, everyone in the G running around, and plenty of party pies, a few chips, chicken schnitzels, the bits and pieces floating around everywhere. So a bit of finger food, and but yeah, well, those are I guess the way it all worked out, and I guess the energy within the day and the way you finish, it makes for a better spectacle, a better day. To come back the next day with 50 runs to win, or 2 wickets, or 1 wicket, it probably takes a sting out of it a little bit. So I know the crowd were pretty chuffed with taking an extra half an hour, and the boys getting it done. It was a nice day.
Yeah, let's get to the cricket now, because it was a damn good Test match to watch, and it kind of gets lost a bit because of the time of year that it's on, that everyone's got things to plan for, so it gets put in the memory bank pretty quickly. But it was one of the better ones we've seen, Boxing Day Test and Test matches full stop. Pakistan played damn well, and it was fine margins. What do you reckon got you guys across the line? Pakistan are saying that a few decisions didn't go their way, and everyone can see their fielding wasn't great in big moments. But what about for yourselves actually winning the game?
Yeah, I think 100%. It was a great Test match. Definitely at stages throughout that 4th day where I felt like we're coming back the next day and we're going to have to really turn it on. Hopeful of trying to get maybe 1 more wicket into that night session. Come back the next day, sort of needing 4 wickets with probably 70 or 80 runs to get, and it's going to be a cracker. So was definitely a touch nervous. Every time Pat come on the bowl, there's going to be something happening. He was unbelievable. It's probably the best I've ever seen him bowl, but it probably comes back to that a little bit. We were able to take our chances. I think I've heard a little bit about what Pakistan have said about, they've missed a couple of chances. Some things don't go your way. That's always the case. Most times in games that you're going to need a bit of luck at some stages. But I think within the big moments, I think what this team has done well over the last 2 or 3 years is being able to step up in those big moments. You look at 4 for 16 and what Mitch and Smudge were able to do, and then throughout the 4th day when it didn't look like there was much going on. Hoff kept it tight. Starkey was aggressive at the top and took some wickets, and Gaz, I guess, got challenged a little bit, was able to find a way in stages. So, but then it all come down to Pat, and every time he come on, the ball just looked like it was going around corners. So, yeah, he was different gravy this week. Yeah, like I said, the best thing I've seen him bowl. I think he said that personally. So yeah, again, another player that steps up in big moments, and we've had that throughout the last couple of years, and we know that we've got guys throughout that list. So, yeah, don't want to always fall on one person or two people. I think Mitch had a great week, and so did Camo, but all-round team, it was nice that Bergs were able to stand up.
Yeah, Pat was the hero, though, with the haul that he had, and it's now every test match he's ever played in, I think it's about 57 now, he's taken at least one wicket for the match, which is very, very rare even amongst the greats. But you've seen him in the last 12 months, obviously, kind of take on the captaincy and deal with that, but you also get a close look at his quality of what he's doing with the ball, especially in the nets. Are you seeing what we see on Boxing Day on a regular basis when you face him in the nets, and at what level is he at, in your opinion?
I just think he knows his blueprint, knows what he needs to do. He's not. It's a tough gig, obviously. Prioritising everything, captaincy, everything that's going off field, on field. Trying to also work on your skill set. I think I've seen that the last little bit. He's working on a few different things. You're working closely with Ronnie and Dan Vittori. And then, yeah, I think he's just managing himself really, really well. It's obviously a huge workload for him to be doing it all, and to be fit and going strong and continuing to get better. Just shows where he's at, I guess, with everything within his game. So, I haven't seen too much different really from him. I think he's managing his time and his body and making sure he's ticking everything really, really well. And that's why you get the performances that you do this week.
Absolutely. Wasn't with the bat for you. You missed out twice. Firstly, you nearly got your head taken off by a ball that didn't bounce. And then, how was that, by the way? That looked filthy.
Second one of my career, which is nice. Got Woody a couple of years ago, and then that one again. So I don't know what it is. Maybe they don't like me.
That looked completely unenjoyable, unbelievably unenjoyable. And then you walk out and hoping to do something in the second dig and cop a ball like that first up. It was an absolute beauty. Obviously, you're annoyed that it ends after one ball, but is it one of the better pills you face first up?
It was on the money, wasn't it? Yeah, hard to sort of judge where I'm at with the second innings, but there's a few things I'm continuing to still work on in the first, and that is from Perth into the first innings. Felt like I was able to scrap my way through. Obviously, yeah, it's getting the start that I did with a little hand-to-header to get everything moving. It was challenging. The ball was moving around. I was pleased to get into the night session. Didn't feel like I batted particularly at my best. And then the next morning, I felt like I sort of found a rhythm and, a little bit of nice bowling, sort of pushed at it a little bit on a wicket that, you probably couldn't do that. And a nice catch and the sort of first mistake I made on that second morning, finding myself in the shed. So disappointing. I understand that. Yeah, you can't make too many mistakes in Test cricket. So you go back and watch the footage or have a think and talk to the coaches and try to continue to work. And I did that over the next couple of days. I probably had more of a longer session against Ball Machine and tried to work on a few things and felt like I was getting to a stage where I felt like I was going to be consistent in the second innings and could be able to contribute. And then I'm back in the shed. So, had a really good session yesterday. I have another one today. And I'm keen to try to contribute, keen to try and get some runs. It's not always guaranteed, but try and put myself in the best position over the last couple of days to try and perform this week. So, a lean week, quiet week. I'm still... I guess the moments like I spoke to you last week about Perth and getting 40 in the first innings, and that could have been the start, kickstart of the summer. So get starts. When you get starts like that, that's when you got to capitalise because you'll have weeks like you have last week.
I was going to say though, Trav, that you say you're in front of the ball machine. Can the ball machine bowl the ball an in-swinging ball like you could, and it swings in by a foot at 138 k's an hour or whatever it was? I'm not sure the ball machine can prep you for that.
Not facing that. It's just trying to get in the good positions to make sure you can react well to that. Hopefully they're not. So I joked and said on day one, a few of them were a bit off. There were a few of them off target, those big in-swingers. So, and I got mine on the money. So, he's got a good wrist. Something that, there's no doubt there's something that I guess not ideal that it knocked me over, but look forward to the week, to the challenge of going through it again.
Well, the good thing is you still got to kind of release a bit of tension by interacting with the MCG crowd, who were back in it this year. Even a few of the Pakistan outfielders got involved as well. What was that experience like?
Good fun. We was down there, so I sort of engaged with them early. So then I had to offer them something. I enjoyed Big Bison. Having a good fun with them as well. So no, it's a good atmosphere. I think at that stage as well, there wasn't a lot happening for us. So a bit easier at deep point when you don't think the ball's going to come as much. I had to concentrate a bit more at deep square when the odd bounce at Shah Masood and I don't know, he takes it on. So trying to concentrate as much as I can there, but with the crowd behind me trying to engage, it's a balancing act because you want to make sure that you're on and you're concentrating that you take the catch. But when I was at deep point with Camo, I have a bit of have a good time with the crowd and get them up, and we snuck a few wickets in that period, which got them up and about. And late in the day when the sun's been out and they've all got a tan and they're all feeling good, it's a good atmosphere down there.
Do you absorb what they're actually saying? Because it can be late in the day, and people get a bit braver with what's going on inside their head, and the filter goes away, and they say things. Any weird things get thrown at you? Any particularly humorous things get a bit of advice?
Not in particular, or not anything that I probably could mention. And you can imagine what Bay 13 are getting up to about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon after a big day. But I think mostly they were pretty good. Mostly just interacting with obviously the people that were on the boundary. But in general, there was they were just really supportive. They just were keen for us to make a move and make a charge late in the day. And it's not always. I think they were very engaged in the game, so it was good. It was a good atmosphere. It was nice to have. Absolutely
engaged in the game. Mitch Marsh copied your mo, has he?
Looks like it. He keeps saying it to me, but I noticed. So I've got a shaver this afternoon, so it's ready. The beard's getting a bit annoying at the minute, but he was freshly shaven yesterday at Kirribilli House last night, so. Okay. I don't think his wife's particularly over the moon about things at the minute with the moustache. Probably her and Jess are probably talking to each other at the minute. But maybe it's looking filthy by the day, Bison, and he's playing extremely well. So long may it continue.
Yeah. I do have to say, like, his was okay. It was good, better than I could come up with. But mate, he's standing next to Fabio in terms of moustaches. If he's standing next to you with his mo and yours is elite, mate, elite. So he's not getting near your one.
I got talk about my prep with batting. I got some prep this afternoon, so it's got a bit lazy on tour, but hopefully I'll sort my stuff out by tomorrow.
Yeah, fair enough. One thing the cameras also picked up, it was a bit inadvertent because they were taking shots of players on the balcony there at the MCG, but there was a whiteboard in the dressing room with a list of the best spin all-rounders in history, and Dan Vettori, who quite obviously wrote the list, put himself on top, or someone who's trying to suck up to Dan Vettori put him on top. Or maybe you put him on top after he gave you the IPL contract. But you're also on the list as well. Who actually did make it, to be clear?
I don't know. I was downstairs because as much as I backed the opening boys, the wicket did have a little bit in it. So instead of walking 60 steps up to the G viewing room, I stayed down the sheds in my whites just in case I had to put my pads on. Yeah. Because I could probably only get up those stairs once or twice in a session, which is what me and Mitch joked about throughout the day. We're like, once you make the charge up there, you stay up there. So I actually spent the whole first session, especially while Davey and Liz were going well, I spent the whole first session in the shed. So I seen it on TV like everyone else, and knowing who was up there would have been 3 and 4, Marnus and Smith, and they would have been all over it. So I reckon it started as an all-time all-rounders, and then Dan's name was obviously in there. I think he's got 6 Test hundreds and a handful of wickets. But they've stuck Dan's name on the end of it, and then they start adding a few at the end. So nice that I was on there. Double figures on the wickets now. If I can't put my finger out with the batting. My bowling average is slightly less than my batting, which is it's just normally the comparison, isn't it, in all rounders? If your bowling average is below your batting, but if I continue batting the way I am, I might be in some strife. So
I think you'll be okay.
I'll hold on to it while I can.
I think you'll be fine, mate. I think you'll be fine. But no surprise that Marnus and Stephen Smith are those, the cricket nerds of the team that come up with filling their spare time by being cricket nerds by writing lists. So, no surprise whatsoever for us for that one. I do have to mention, after your brilliant story about Dave Warner, and we'll get to Davey and what he means and all that in a sec, but the Christmas Day presents, everything was okay this year? Everyone walked away happy with what they got, and indeed what you got as well, if you can enlighten us?
It was all about the kids this year. So there's a truckload of them running around now, and I think they all got their own Cricket Australia little top. So Jess Miller got her own little one with my number on it. So, but yeah, the boys took a backward step this year. We just indulged in the prawns, and all the kids got the presents. So a lovely little day. But yeah, no Secret Santa as of yet. Maybe I was the one that ruined it.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
No, definitely didn't. But yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, it might come back one day. But on to Dave Warner, who, if you're not across that story, a few years ago, Trav bought him a dog muzzle when he was stitched up by everyone else, saying it was a laugh, the Secret Santas, and everyone got these beautiful gifts, and Trav was the odd man out. But anyway, we move on. His last test, has he been any different this week? Quieter, more loud, anything?
He's never quieter. No, he's got a good energy about himself, I think. Perth set it up beautifully, didn't it? So 160 in his first innings. That set the summer up, and away he goes. So I think the week is literally set up for him. I think he's played well here numerous times. He's played some bloody exciting innings this year. I think he got 100 here against this team in a session years ago. So look, you wouldn't be surprised if he was able to turn one out and play one of those innings or do something special. And hopefully that is the case. So I got asked yesterday if the boys have planned anything for him, or if he's got a big show or anything like that. And we don't plan anything for David Warner. David Warner plans his own things, and he's got. I'm looking forward to what that entails, and but he'll have 3 or 4 different boxes, family boxes. He'll have part family, friends boxes. He'll have a cast of thousands, which shows him how love he's got with inside his camp. And I've seen some mixed things the last few days about how polarizing he is, and people have different writing opinions. But within this group and his group of people he's got in Sydney he's got overwhelming support, and everyone's loved him over the 12 or 13 years that he's played cricket for Australia, and I think it's thoroughly deserved, and it's set up for what is going to be a pretty special week, obviously in line with McGrath Day as well. So it's always a special test, and it's just adding a little bit of something more special. I think I found out yesterday there's a 112th test match at the SCG, and it's 112th test, so a few things are aligning for it to be a great one.
Oh, stats from Trav. Outstanding. Thanks,
there we
go. Everyone, he's the type of character that you remember where you met him first. Like you talk to Hads, and he remembers it clearly, a grade game, and Davey was 16. He came out and just started schooling men, hardened grade cricketers, and that was the first time Hads came across him, and a few other cricketers can clearly remember. Can you, an initial encounter with Davey?
I actually can't. It would have been in one of my first tours, and went through a stage there where he could give the youngsters the cold shoulder at the start, probably.
Too good for it. Yep.
No, well, I think Mitch has talked about it before, about it. You just tread carefully. I've learned over the years that you don't get too stuck into him. You don't start fires that you can't finish. And over the years, we've got a really, really good relationship. Obviously, we opened the batting in one-day cricket. Again, I said to him before, when I got back in Adelaide, back in the team a couple of years ago, I sort of messaged him, so I said, nice to be back. And he said, and in old school Davey fashion, just said, get one, it's my show. Get me up the other end. So, which is 100% fair. So, I've joked with him this week that there's not many 3 format opening batters, so I'll congratulate him from one 3 format opening batter to another. So but no, I can't really put a finger on where it was or what that period was, but look, his passion and what he brings to the team, and from a young bloke when you come in the squad, as much stick as he would give you in the sheds or whatnot, or sort of make sure you're welcoming the right way and having a laugh about it, but also making you keep you on your toes. When you're out on the field, there's not many blokes in Australian cricket that would have your back or jump over something for you. So, hugely exciting to play with him for the first time, and just the energy he brings and how hard he goes at it. It was pretty amazing as a young kid to come in the Australian team and see that. So the intensity that he's at is and he's still kept it all the way up till now.
Here's one for you. You can be as diplomatic as you like. Last one on Davey. He's going to be missed at the top of the order. He's retired from one day internationals. He's got the best strike rate of all our leading run scorers and best average of pretty much all our leading run scorers apart from Michael Bevan. He's amazing record in the coloured clothing. T20 pretty good record, and tests speak for itself as well. But so we're going to miss him as a cricketer, but are you going to miss him as a tourist when you're on tour with him?
It's been joked that there might be a transition dinner. So we've had a couple already between myself and the coaches. I need his contact list for golf. I need some of his contact lists for restaurants and nights out. And that man knows everything that goes on in the world. So I don't know who's going to officially get the handover. I sort of, obviously in one-day cricket, coming back and opening and batting with him, it was sort of handed upon me to join in and have that combination of the opening batters. You see him and Uzi. So when I come back in the team, it was a bit like, all right, it's me and Davey. So I've joked about taking his seat on the bus and etc. So hopefully he hands that contact list over, because we're going to need his golf contacts. He's unbelievable. So like I said, he knows everyone in the world. So hopefully that's the one thing he can pass over maybe at the end of the week.
So he's even got a better contact book than Pat around the world, like in terms of not just celebrities, but getting into good places.
Man, the bloke is everywhere and knows everything. He's got a new putter. He's got a new putter in the change rooms a couple of days ago, and I think Baz paid for one 2 or 3 weeks ago. And so he walks in with it, and how'd you get one of them? I know the bloke, and I can get them easy. And it's like, it'd be nice if he just maybe wrote out on the whiteboard or gave everyone a list on the things that he does know, because we walk in the change rooms or walk in the hotel with, or a package rocks up and you've bought a new putter or a new phone or something, and he always sees it, and he always knows the person who can get it for you, which is amazing. And he always tells you 3 or 4 days after you've got it. So
you dropped 1,000 on it,
so he can't really help you out, but he's just letting you know that he could have helped you out. So like the putter situation, Baz bought a new putter. Davey's now got one, and he knows the bloke. So I don't buy anything. I wait till other people buy one. Davey mentions, and then I go to Davey and go, you can give me one of them. So hopefully he leaves us with a contact list and a box of putters for the boys. It'd be nice. So not asking for much.
No. Well, you see the NFL, the big stars in the NFL, their Christmas lists come up, and they always buy, like the quarterback buys his offensive line. They all buy gifts and everything like that. So maybe there's a parting gift from Davey coming. Not too sure. Last couple, mate. The Pink Test. It's obviously the great Test match. The McGrath Foundation. You're an ambassador as well. What does it all mean to you these couple of days and raising another stack load of money for a great cause?
Yeah, it's nice to be asked to be involved this year. We're very fortunate to be in a position where we can help, and I think over the years, I think Glenn mentioned yesterday at Q-Billy at the function that. The things that are going to happen this week, I think there's going to be a few announcements at the end of the week on a few different things, and it just keeps growing and getting bigger and bigger. The virtual seat obviously been a huge one over the last couple of years. That since COVID, that's been a huge game changer. I think they've sold a truckload of them already, and will throughout the week. So if you can get there, it'd be great if people got one. If you can't make it, it'd be awesome to contribute a little bit. And the guys were all out. I think Marnus put a pink grip on the other day, so there's pink throughout everywhere, and nice to, as a player, trying to concentrate on playing well and having a good product where everyone can be excited. But also, it's a great week that we can do a little bit with Glenn and with the foundation that we can support a lot of people through a tough time. So nice that we're able to do that, and it's not often that the team like something like this comes across. So nice that we're able to really contribute and really help.
Yeah, myself and I get the virtual seat. Totally echo that, Trav. My old man passed a couple of years ago, but he always used to take me to day 2 or day 3 of the Sydney Test. It was a ritual of ours, and that's the perfect way to kind of almost celebrate his life. But people, as you say, that are in the country or in another state that can't get but want to be involved, it's the perfect way because you're actually skin in the game type thing with helping the McGrath Foundation, a great cause, and getting as many breast cancer nurses and facilities out there for people that might not be able to reach it as well. And you mentioned Kirribilli House there as well. That's another ritual of the Sydney Test too. So that would have been, everyone looked the part. Anyone looked complete? Is anyone out of place with that, or everyone kind of gets it now that that's part of it, and everyone knows not what to touch and all that at Kirribilli House?
Yeah, I feel a lot of the boys are becoming regulars there each year, so means the team's playing well, but slightly different. We did it last night, so unfortunately most of the kids were in bed. So yeah, it was a little bit more low key. Obviously, quicker turnaround, but still a really, really good night. What a view of that joint. So nice to go around there and have a wander around with the guys. Some of the guys' first times with their families as well. Some of the families hadn't seen it, so always exciting for them guys. And for the regulars, it's just nice to get there again, and it's got a good feel about it, both teams. And again, a couple more prawns if you hadn't had enough over Christmas, and enjoy an hour or two, and then get back and get ready for today.
Oh, Davey Warner in the bus probably said, "Oh yeah, I go there all the time. I go meet up with Albo. We're from the similar area, and I'm a regular there. So anytime, boys, you want to go there, let me know."
He'd have the code for the security gate, no doubt.
Hey, Trav, go well for the McGrath Test, the Sydney Test. Always a wonderful occasion. Fingers crossed we look above and we see clouds that don't have rain in them or no clouds at all. And, hopefully it's another test as high a quality as the one in Melbourne was.
I'm sure it will be, and I think we'll sneak through with enough cricket during the week. So, looking forward to it. It's always a great week. So, hopefully we play well.
Brilliant. Thanks, Trav. Have a good one. And
cheers, guys.
That was Travis Head on Willow Talk. Thanks to QuickBooks Online.